How's it going, everybody? And yes, this is real life news. You've probably heard already, but level 16 is coming to Clash Royale. There's other things in here like 2v2 League, a couple cool things in this update, but don't let it distract you guys. Level 16 is coming into the game. Let me scroll down. I think it's right here. Yeah, you can see right here with our next update, we're introducing level 16, a new milestone. Oh, this is actually happening. Like, this isn't a prank. But yeah, let me hop into some games and talk about what I think about it. Okay, so before I dive into what I really think, which you guys can probably make a prediction on what that is, I'm going to say that apparently there's a couple positives. It's going to be cheaper to upgrade cards from level, earlier levels. Like, for example, it's less cards to upgrade something to level 13 than it was before. But let's just be real with ourselves, guys. Nobody wants this. Like, literally nobody. I can't think of a single person that would be like, yeah, I would like to spend this money. Like, it's gonna be money if you want to get level 16 in any type of fast way or shape or form. Nobody wants to spend money on the game, like be forced to spend money to play at the same level as others, right? That just goes for anything in any type of game, right? You don't want to have to pay to compete or even play like at a high level. And on top of this, there's really not much to play outside of the ranked and the trophy road system. And if you guys haven't seen the trophy road, you're gonna be able to access level 16 cards instantly, I'm pretty sure. And if you can't, it's like a week or a month, or I'm not sure exactly what the cooldown is until you can get level 16 stuff. But on ranked system, you have 6 months. So 6 months, May is going to be when level 16 cards are actually in the game and you can have them. Yes, it's actually happening. I actually am having a hard time believing it as well, because it just catches me so off guard that they would do something in a time like this where you would think the game is kind of popping, right? Like, we're doing good. In terms of the updates haven't been terrible. Like, we've had some decent balance changes. The World Finals was really fun and exciting, and now this is their next announcement. It feels like they can't learn from the past. If you guys remember level 15, that was, holy moly, we had the boycotts. I mean, everyone was mad, everyone, and there's just was no reason to ever add the elite wildcards. They actually did mention it in this balance, or not the balance change, the patch notes, whatever the heck you want to call it, the notes for the new update, that the elite wildcards were a mistake. And I don't know, like, it just took them a couple of years to realize that. But you would think, oh, they made this mistake, right? Surely they're going to just remove elite wildcards and then we can kind of go back to normal upgrading system. No, they pull out level 16, and levels don't matter. Like, think about it like this: you're going to have the same cards no matter what level they are. Nobody's asking for a higher level, like, final top bit of the game. Like, who cares if it's level 15 or level 16? That doesn't matter to anyone. No one's gonna say, oh, I have a level 16 freaking log now instead of a level 15. That's so awesome. Like, that doesn't matter. And they know that. That's the thing about Supercell that a lot of people hate. Is that they literally have, I think they made, it was close to a record amount of money. It might have even been a record this last month and the last 3 months combined than they've ever made, like, from the entire game. At least, like, from the very start until now, they've made an insane amount of money, but the last couple months they made an absurd amount. And they still decide to do this and go through with this change where they're going to literally force people to, like, pay to compete. That it blows my mind that they could even get away with something like this. A couple of days ago when I did get a creator code, I was able to see, like, I guess, you can kind of see stuff early, of course, if you're a Supercell creator. So I saw this and I was, I couldn't believe that they actually were doing this. I thought it was just a troll, and maybe some rumors going around, but it's actually happening, and it just blows my mind. You would think after all these years, right? Years and years and years of them just making slight mistakes and there being problems with the game and everyone in the community angry about specific things like card level upgrades, and how they're ridiculous, like this level. When we had level 13, it was like, okay, you know what, that's a final level, and then they added 14, 15, and now we're going to 16? Like, are we serious? I don't know. It just seems like there's no reason for this. You would think, this is the big problem with me. Like, you would think they would want to, they as in Supercell, would want their players to be happier and really, like, loyal to the game, and that would in tune, like, make people spend more money, want to buy cosmetics, upgrades, stuff like that. Or you would think they'd surely find any other way to make money, right? Like, you don't need to add a new level. It doesn't do anything for the game. They can add skins. Like, there's so many cool cosmetics they can add, and I think they probably are adding some cosmetics from what I've read in the patch notes or whatever, the freaking update notes. They might be even doing some stuff like that. But it blows my mind that they can think this is the right idea for the game. And even if they don't, like, do you have to make that extra money but cost the relationship of your community? Like, I felt like they were sort of kind of just building it back up slightly. I'm not going to say it was all the way back built up, but as soon as I saw this, I just knew exactly what the reaction was going to be, and man, was I correct. Everybody that I've talked to is like, what in the world are they doing? And I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. It's definitely, like, most of the creators are saying this is a horrible idea. I don't know if that's going to matter to them or not. It really is probably not going to, if I'm being honest. Okay, I might be cooked here, actually, on this counter push. Sorry, I'm yapping and playing at the same time, so it's kind of difficult. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely just, I think disappointing is the right word. It's just confusing. I think confusing is another way to word it. I just don't get why. You know what I mean? Just why? Like, we know you're going to make some good money from this update, but guys, you just made almost a record amount in a month. In the last 3 months, you've definitely made more than any other 3 months of Clash Royale ever. And then they're pulling this out? Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? It just feels scummy, and nobody wants to be a part of a company or a game that just feels scummy. This guy's gonna play MK on top, but we should be vibing. But I don't know, man. Nobody wants this, and that's the fact of the matter, and that's why it's so hated right now. But I hope they can change their mind. I really don't have high hopes for them doing so, though, to be completely honest. Like always, I want to hear your guys' comments and thoughts and just all your opinions. I think, it doesn't take that much of a genius to probably think that you guys are not going to be a big fan of this. I'm not a fan of it. Nobody really is. And I think that there's going to be a lot of problems with Supercell if they actually decide to go through this in terms of the lack of faith the community is going to have in them going forward. And you never want to lose your community. Like, if you're a developer of a game or any part of a game, like, you want to have the people like you made the game for the people. If they do this, then I think there's going to be a lot of issues, because it'll be very clear what their intentions are, and it already was with level 15, right? But you kind of forget about it after a while, and it feels like they just ripped open the band-aid again. You feel me? I don't know, guys. I'm so sad, because I really love this game, and there's so much potential, and I just want it to be successful, but this is not the way to go about things, and they already are so successful that you would think they would care more about people than the monetization of a short period of time where people are going to be forced to buy this stuff. And then, you saw the pattern, right? They added level 15. After a few months, people weren't really buying it and like spending the money on it, because it's ridiculous, right? Why would you make someone buy all these elite wild cards to even upgrade a card? Like, you'd have to spend $8 or something to get one card out of an entire deck. And keep in mind, you'd want to, get these cards for free. It'd take months to even get one card. Like, multiple cards, it would take a month to get a card around there, something like that, when they first added elite wild cards, if you were opening every chest and doing everything to get as many free ones as you could. You realize how ridiculous that was? And now they're adding level 16, where you have to get a lot more cards to get to level 16. It also costs more gold, and it just, I don't know, man. I'm disappointed, guys. I want to be happy, but this update has definitely put a wrench in that feeling, and I hope that they at least consider to change how they're doing it. If they're going to add a level 16, they got to make it more free-to-play friendly, because imagine you're free-to-play in this game. Like, I know a lot of you are. Just imagine, how are you supposed to get to level 16? It's going to take forever if you don't spend any money, which people don't want to spend money on the game. Like, I get that that's the whole point of this update for them. But just the lopsidedness between them actually, making money and their community being happy is not that different. Like, for example, if they would just have the community happy, like, I would say for the most part it's been happy since World Finals, and a little bit before that. In general, not completely happy. Nobody's ever going to be super happy always, right? There's always going to be issues and stuff, but for the most part people were happy, right? And then they add something like this, you're just gonna lose the base so fast, and I don't know, man. It just seems silly. You would think after what, it's almost been 10 years since they had Clash Royale invented. I heard similar things were happening to Clash of Clans. I don't know anything about Clash of Clans, really. But I heard there was also similar issues, and I don't wonder if it's like, do people just not have control? Is it just somebody at the top that just makes all these decisions and nobody else has a say. I don't know how else it could be even like fathomable to make an update like this. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems almost so absurd that it doesn't make sense. There's no way they would do this, but I don't know, guys, man. I just hope the best for the game, and I hope the best for everybody that is going to be trying to upgrade your cards to level to level 16, not 15. Yep, it's level 16 now. But yeah, guys, I don't know, man. This should be fine right here. Hog's going to take tower. The witch Loki might take tower by itself, but that's going to be GG's, I think. Yeah, anyways, I'm pissed. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.